Hello guys and gals, HawkHideout here today bringing you the post-draft power rankings for the PGL Season 4. Now you may remember from the draft analysis a couple of days ago that went up, but I'm not alone this time. I have with me, I was about to do your intro, but you do it.
Oh, I wasn't really going to do my intro.
Oh.
I'll do Powder's intro.
I'm not the professor without the PhD.
What's up, internet? I have great hair. My name's Powder.
Is that his legit intro?
Not quite.
Uh-huh.
I'm not allowed on the internet, but I have great hair.
I mean, if...
And I've come to deliver you the power rankings. The Powder rankings, actually.
Yeah. That was... Could you ask for a better intro, guys? Like...
Anyway, Vinny's really bad, so we put him at the bottom, because he's literally the worst at everything. And we hate his team. Every single Mon is scum, and Vinny himself is also scum.
I think that was one of the first things you said to me when we got into school. You were like, we have to put Vinny like at the bottom. We have to.
Yeah, because I mean, look at it.
He's not the owner of the league. He can't like kick us out or anything.
Nah, well, I'm not even in the league, so.
Oh, he's just throwing it out there.
What are you gonna do about it, Vinny? But no, we didn't really.
No.
It's not that bad.
But we should probably explain what power rankings are. To be fair, I mean, there might be new people. You never know.
Okay.
You never know. Power rankings, well, post-draft power rankings are basically what me and Willow are going to do. We're going to rank the teams in order of how good we feel the teams are, like how lots of different factors go into what makes up a good team, and the people at the bottom are not very good, basically, and the people at the top are very good. Makes sense.
Great explanation, Dan.
I don't know how else to explain it. How else do you explain it? Lots of factors go into what makes a good team, and basically, if you tick all of the boxes, you're going to be at the top, and if you don't tick a lot of them, you're going to be down the bottom.
Yeah, excellent job.
It's going to be like, we're going to base it on stuff like, you know...
Well, you're going to steal my ranking system now?
No. Well, actually, there's another point to bring up. Me and Willow actually, like, we did this differently. I did it based on, like, just looking at the teams and, like, going over them. But Willow actually did a point system.
I took this very seriously,
He
okay?
took it too seriously.
I ranked each team in terms of defense, offense, speed, synergy, potential sweepers, coverage, hazard control, versatility, and utility.
Whereas I looked over the teams twice and decided which one should go where. So, interesting to see the differences. I don't actually think me and Willow agreed on a single... Oh wait, no, we did. We agreed on third place.
Oh, okay then.
Third place. So whoever's third, no spoilers.
Good job.
Me and Willow like you. But yeah, basically we'll just be going through the teams from 16 to number 1. And I think the way we're going to do it is we'll start off with my number 16, and we'll talk about why it's 16 for me, and then we'll find out where it is for Willow, and then we'll talk about it. So we'll take it a team at a time when it comes up.
Let's do it.
So my first one is the Detroit I can't even say the names.
Good start.
Detroit Cobalions. Cobalions. They're number 16 for me. I'm trying to find their team now. Where the hell are they? Yeah. There's lots of... I don't know where to start. I kind of want to start with the Septiles. Because it's like, honestly, I don't know what's going on there. I was talking to Willow before this. It's like, you have Mega Septile as your Mega, and that's fine. Like, Mega Septile could work. I had it in my first ever draft league, and it did okay. Like, it's okay. But then I don't see the thought of then picking up Septile separately.
My theory for this was because, fun fact from behind the scenes of PGL last season.
Oh, this is behind the scenes, actually.
Yeah, Inesta tried to draft the same Pokemon twice because he didn't realize he drafted it the first time. Because I don't know what... It was over Christmas that we drafted, so I don't know if he was drunk or wasn't paying attention.
Too much eggnog.
He did try and draft the same Pokemon
He just
twice.
wanted more Christmas trees. That's why he got
this
Septile
time
twice.
he was like, I want the Mega version and the normal version.
The only, like, when I saw that, I literally thought it was a mistyping, and I was gonna say to someone, but then I realized it probably wasn't.
I saw that as well. I was like, that can't be right.
The only thing that I thought of was, you bring Septile to a game, and then you're like, and then the opponent's like, I don't know if that's Mega Septile or if that's something else Septile, but that doesn't work if you're weak to ice both times. Like I said to Willow, it's
Yeah.
you can play that strategy if you change typings during a mega, I think, or if you're defensive as well,
Yeah.
that works. But if you're frail and people just prep ice for that strategy, it doesn't really work. So I think that's a bit of a waste of a team slot there.
The only thing, and Inesta, if you're listening, the only way that I will respect this Sceptile pick is if you run Endure Weakness Policy, Unburden Sceptile, and get a sweep with it. And I will put you number 1.
Only a sweep.
I will put you number 1.
Don't worry, you only need to do a sweep. Don't worry.
Yeah,
don't worry.
That's fine. You just need to pull off that.
Easy game.
That kind of gimmick gets you so much respect from me.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's it. As for the rest of the team, I mean, I put mine, the Detroit Cobalions at number 15. The core between Blissey and Cofagrigus is quite good. He does have Scrafty, which is a very useful Pokemon. He does have a lot of threats on this team, but at the same time, I'm not really sure how well it kind of blends together.
I think similar to me, it's my number 15 slot. It kind of seems a bit random. Like the Blissey and Cofagrigus pairing, that works well. You know, that's good. You have things like Latios, like
yeah, he's definitely got some really good Pokemon on here.
Alligator.
Yeah,
they work well, but
like a lot of potential for sweeping between like Scrafty and for Alligator.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just something about this team that I don't really like the way it looks.
I don't like if you've got the PGO has like the S rank megas and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Mega Charizard Y wouldn't be high up on the list for me.
No, personally, I don't think Charizard Y is really worth an S rank, but that's I don't
think it works well unless it can work well if it's not in a Sun team, but preferably in a Sun team. Really.
Yeah.
But I don't. Yeah, it's just things. It just kind of looks mishmashy and yeah. And quickly, I just want to say Slurpuff. I hate it. In League format, I hate it.
Last?
I hate it. Slurpuff in League format sucks. It's literally like, oh, I don't have a fairy, I'll pick Slurpuff.
Well, some teams didn't even get a fairy and they didn't even get Slurpuff.
It's how good. That's better, I think.
Oh.
I don't like Slurpuff.
I don't think Slurpuff's that bad.
He's weird.
That's the only.
That's not the reason, but he is weird.
All right. Well, should we move on to my number 16?
Your number 16.
So number 16, Equa.
Can I just say, Willow got like really like he got really like mad about this, like mad.
Like, okay, so when I ranked teams on all of my criteria, this didn't do so bad. But the thing is, I gave myself the ability to add and deduce points if I see things that my system wouldn't really account for. And that is the fact that most of your team is weak to fighting. Like, just pretty much all your team. It's like 6 members of your team is weak to fighting. And Conkeldurr has a coverage move for every single Pokemon on this team.
So the Boston Silk Scarfs are going to have
they really are.
A whale of a time.
And the fact that you've got things like Volcarona and your hazard removal is Avalugg. If someone sets up Stealth Rocks and 3 layers of spikes, Volcarona comes in at 25%. And if that isn't the saddest thing I've ever seen, I don't know what is.
Do you know what's ironic as well? The one thing that can get rid of like toxic spikes because it's a poison type is Gengar, and it can't because of Levitate.
Exactly.
That's so ironic.
That's so sad. So this team has got like some huge threats. Don't get me wrong. Volcarona is an insane threat. Mega Altaria is a really good Pokemon. Mega Aggron is a really good wall, but it's so easy to prep for, in my opinion.
It has some of my favorite Pokemon, like Gengar, Milotic. That's it really. Gengar. Like good Pokemon in League format, and then it kind of just falls down.
Yeah. Unless you're gonna run Defog Swallow,
which you're not.
Means, but
you're not.
Don't do that.
Yeah, that's such a waste of Swallow.
Yeah,
use Scrappy instead. That's more effective.
I don't know. I don't know if this is Equa's first time in a league, so I can't exactly criticize because I know my first draft was hardly perfect.
God knows mine wasn't.
Yeah, so I can't really have a go at him too much, but the thing is, you look at some of the teams higher up in the rankings, and you can tell that they've had a plan start to finish. But it just kind of looks like Echo went, I want Volcarona, I want Mega Altaria, and then went...
He like picked his ones that he thought would do good.
Yeah, and then doesn't really pick things that synergize well with them, and I think that's kind of why I have this down so low is because I pretty much, in the synergy rating that I have, is like really, really low. I think it's the lowest score.
It just so happened his favorite Pokemon just happened to have like a really big weakness to fighting.
Yeah, that's really unlucky. That's really unlucky.
But I mean,
yeah,
if he could plan around that with Mega Altara and Gengar, I guess.
Yeah, but like I said,
not a lot of
Conkeldurr,
coverage
all
for
it
it.
takes is like
Yeah, I
he
know.
predicts an Ice Punch or a knockoff, and then like it's game over.
But he's not going to be facing Conkeldurr every week.
Well, no, but still.
But I get your drift. But like
Yeah.
he can plan around that, but it's just not the best.
A lot of things that get a fighting move also get a dark move
That's true.
or an ice move. They're all very common things. It's and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Because
Because he has definitely got threats and
definitely
things people are going to have to prep for, like very much.
Yeah.
But
Well, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Prove me wrong, Echo, by all means.
prove him wrong.
I don't have any faith though.
Good old Willow. So we'll move on to number 15, and my number 15 is the Dendemil Dedenes, and I don't like the team.
Oh, they're your 15. Wow.
15.
Okay.
Yeah. Where are they for you?
They are 12.
No, I don't like it.
No.
Like, I know, like, you can, like, your point system and all that, it works very well for you, I guess, but I just looked at the team and I just thought, no. Like, I'll start off with, I hate magic bounces as Hazard Control. I don't know about you.
Sableye. Other than Mega Sableye.
But no, I hate the concept. I
Oh,
mean,
really?
it's a good concept, but most of the time it just doesn't work. It's
Yeah.
ineffective. Like, and especially Xatu.
It's
Like,
very, very frail. You have
you
to
just-
pack something on it like a Colbur Berry to stop knockoffs. or
Like,
things
if you
that,
look at
or
the
pursuit
team-
trapping.
If you look at the team lineup of 6 Pokemon and you see Xatu as the only Hazard Control, and you think, okay, I'm setting up Stealth Rocks at this point, I'm gonna go for a Rock Slide.
Yeah,
Xatu's dead.
it's very hard. That's one thing that I do think about the Dendemil Todenes is that it's going to take some really good play
Yeah.
to get this team to, like, I don't think it's, I actually do think, I really do like certain aspects of this team, but
yeah.
it will be difficult to, say, scout for certain moves, or you have to choose your plays very carefully, and if you make a mistake on one of those plays, you lose a Mon.
Yeah.
And that can really, like, that can lose a game if you get that wrong, so...
Yeah, he definitely has good Pokemon. Like, Leandro
Oh,
T, Dragonite, Charizard X.
Yeah, I mean, he got a lot of criticism for everything, like a lot of 4 times weaknesses on that team, but
Yeah.
the thing is, Pokemon with 4 times weaknesses, they're good Pokemon. Scizor is a good Pokemon.
Oh, yes. No doubt.
Dragonite is a good Pokemon. Gyarados, and so is Quagsire. They're all really good Pokemon. It just means you have to play a bit more carefully. So that's why I didn't put them quite as low down as you have.
No, I just
But
don't
you seem
like
to
it.
really hate magic bounces.
I really hate Magic Bounce. But then you got to think, the other, like, I hate that I just keep saying Hazard Control. Like, I keep...
Hazard control counter.
Hazard
please,
Control,
in the
Hazard
comment
Control, Hazard
section.
Control. But, like, Magic Bounce, and then your other Hazard Control option is Sizzle, which is Defog, which you're not going to want to do if you have Galvantula with Sticky Webs and things like that. It's just... I mean, that's
Yeah.
more... Like, there's a team later on that's just, like, you have so many Hazard stacking options and you only have Defog.
That's, yeah, oh yeah, don't.
But...
We'll
it's-
get to that.
that's coming. But in this case, it's just... it doesn't click for me, the team in general. But... Yeah, you have them at 12th, so you like them a bit more than me.
Yeah, I do have a lot of faith in this team. I think it's a good team, but
I'm not saying it can't work at all.
Oh no,
no way.
it will be kind of difficult in certain situations. But
Yeah.
again, you know, you're not going to bring all the Mons with 4 times weaknesses in one match. Or you might do. I mean, why not? You can
Ooh,
only pack one
That's
hit
ballsy.
power on a Pokemon.
Yeah. As we discovered before this call.
Yeah.
Right. So you have... Oh, you have Detroit Cobalions at 15.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Should we just move on to 14 then?
Yes.
Oh, I have the Worcester Warriors at 14.
Oh, well.
So, on to... I'll let you introduce the next one, because...
Okay, so my number 14
I'll
is...
just do the accent, and I can't think the accent.
No, don't. The New York Noivern.
New York.
Stop it, Dan.
Sorry.
So, this team, the first thing I noticed, and this is Dan's favorite thing, hazard control. So, you got one of the best hazard stacking Pokemon in the game being Ferrothorn. You can set up Stealth Rocks and you can set up Spikes, and then your only form of hazard removal is a Togetic with Defog. And it's essentially, if you have to get rid of these Stealth Rocks because you've got an Yveltal coming in or a Typhlosion coming in, you then have to Defog away all of your own hazards, and that could be up to like 5 wasted turns that you could have been just attacking something. And I don't know, I don't see that being too much of an issue all the time, because I don't think that you'd really go to that extent to hazard stack and then have to get rid of it. Again, it just depends how you play it, but I'm not really a fan of rain teams in League format. They can be good, but I don't know, I don't see this team working as well without the rain, and it just makes it easier to prep for with the rain. But then again, you know, if someone preps heavily for rain and you just don't bring it,
Exactly.
then you can get the upper hand. But I don't know how well the team without rain really goes together.
But I said this in the draft analysis, like, he has more than 6 mons that don't have to be part of a rain team. So
Yeah.
the opponent will be planning for a rain team, because you look at things like Politoad and Mega Swampert and you think, yeah, a rain team's coming. But then he ends up bringing like Azelf, Typhlosion, you know, Meloetta and stuff.
But then it's like, how well do those 6 Pokemon make a team on their own?
I suppose, yeah. But then the thing is, I like that he doesn't have to bring Politoad every week.
Yeah.
I think that's why he's higher up for me. But yeah.
I don't know. The one thing I will say is I'm really interested to see how Yveltal works out. I've wanted to get this in the past, and I really think that if you play it right, it can do so well. Like, with that amazing Oblivion Wing and Knockoff and Sucker Punch doing a crazy amount of damage. And you can use it to some kind of utility, because like it gets Tailwind, which, say if you're not bringing a rain team, or if you can't get the rain up,
It's recovery as well.
it does. It gets, yeah. It's. I think it could. I think it could be a pretty big threat. But I don't know. I'm just not convinced so far that his rain team will be a good rain team, but you can't bring that every week. And then I don't know how well the team will survive out of the rain. But I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I have them at number 12 just because I think rain teams can work. I'm not the biggest fan. I personally wouldn't draft a rain team.
Yeah.
But they can work. You don't have to run it every week. But the thing that's keeping it down is the Togetic. Like, and the Ferrothorn and hazard stacking and defogging and stuff.
Yeah.
But could work. We're not saying all these teams are bad.
No, not well. Apart from Aqua.
Yeah,
Aqua, your team is
obviously.
bad.
And
And Vinny.
yeah,
Fuck
pretty
you,
much,
Vinny.
yeah. But they can work. It's just how you use them. And just because you're 16th doesn't mean you're going to do bad.
And just because like I can't see
Yeah,
how it will work.
just
You
because
know,
we're not fans of rain
any
teams.
single one of these people could have a plan, and that would
Oh,
just be amazing and turn things around, and they could win so many games. But obviously, I'm not in their head, so I don't know what they're thinking.
Are you not?
No,
Oh.
unfortunately,
Oh.
I'd make a much better.
That would have
draft
helped
analyst.
by doing this, yeah.
Yeah, maybe next season.
Yeah, nice try. But next up we have the number 13 picks. I have the Seattle Star Aptors. Now, like, you look at the team and you just think, something's dying. Why? I've never seen so many wall breakers on one team. It's unbelievable.
It is a pretty scary team.
Like, you look at, imagine like Nidoking, Mega Absol, Emboar, Thunderous Eye, Kieran White all coming in one team, and you're just like, I'm not living.
Yeah,
Like,
the
you
thing
can go
is, like,
super offense.
he's got some really good defensive
Oh yeah.
Pokemon and really good offensive Pokemon. But like the analogy I made earlier is sometimes you can have all the right ingredients, but it's just hard to make a cake. And it's got all the right ingredients, but I don't know how good at baking cakes Gearhart is. Like, it's got good walls, and the thing is, he's got walls with recovery, which I really like. I don't like people who get walls without recovery. I'm like, what are you doing? That's not going to be a wall for very long. But he's got that. He's also got mons that he's familiar with, which some people might frown upon because, like, oh, you can use so many different Pokemon, but getting Pokemon you're familiar with
Oh yeah.
is...
It's like you
it-
don't
it-
realize that until you do it.
Yeah,
Until
it can get
you-
you a head start, because if you're getting a team you're unfamiliar with, you can lose the first couple of weeks, a week or two.
Oh,
but
yeah.
if you get teams you're familiar with, you know what you're doing. And
You know how they work. You know different things that.
yeah, this is why I put the Seattle Star Raptors up a bit more than you did. Like I said, this team does have really good defensive Pokemon, really good offensive Pokemon, but I don't know how well they're going to fit together.
Yeah. The synergy.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But Go-Go, I'm excited to see. I love Go-Go.
Isn't Go-Go like your favorite?
Go-Go is my favorite Kalos Pokemon.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be good.
Do you know what I'm looking forward to?
What?
Stanler. I don't know. I can't.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't remember whose team that is on.
And yeah, we're going to get there.
I'm gonna get there, but Stanler. love that.
Well,
Wow, we actually have the two Seattle teams at 13.
yeah, I've got Seattle Smiggles.
Different teams. Wow. You go for it, Willow.
Oh my god. Sketchy. The thing is, I look at this team and it's actually
Annoying.
quite well constructed for what it is.
It's annoying.
It's very good at being annoying.
Annoying.
It's annoying.
I
If
think-
these were the stall rankings,
Oh,
I would. Oh,
number 1.
Sketchy, you're amazing. But
Yeah.
it's not. They're the power rankings.
And you suck.
Well, no. Now that you bring it up, no, it's just this team will undoubtedly get wins. It's just gonna wear things down, stall things a bit, just chip away, and then eventually it's just like, well,
think-
it's Talonflame, and it will get wins. The thing is, it will get wins, but there are ways around this, like taunt for one. Taunt just stops
fast
half
taunter.
of your team.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I think when on paper, most people are going to look at this draft and be like, this is the worst team to prep for.
yeah,
Because there's
it
so
is-
many walls to look at and go like,
There's
I have to
there is
break
a lot
that
of
down,
walls.
I have to break this down, then I have to break this down, and then you
It's-
look at it and then it's like,
It's one of those things.
and on top of that you have Ditto.
Yeah, that's what he did. He was very smart at picking
That is
Ditto.
pretty clever.
is very
it's a
smart.
smart draft,
Yeah,
but
It's-
it's you know what it's going to do. Like
Certain
you're
teams-
going to bring 4 walls. You're
Yeah.
either going to bring Jolteon, Talonflame, or Ditto, then 4 other walls, and then just try and stay strong until the other 2 can win you the game.
yeah. The thing is, even his offensive Pokemon like Mienshao, even that gets Regenerator. It's just like, it's very well thought out. It's
very
The
clever.
thing is, some of these teams, like some of the opposing teams, will be able to deal with this, but some of them literally, I don't think some of the other teams have the ability to cope with the sheer amount of bulk.
I think it will be the most exhausting matches to watch.
Yeah,
Like, oh, he switched into Clefable again.
yeah.
44th minute was still nobody's killed anyone.
I don't know if it's happened in the PGL yet, but maybe we'll get a go to time, a full 60-minute length battle. Please post comment if that happens. Nobody wants to watch that. I mean, the thing is, like, I like watching entertaining battles, and
Yeah, who doesn't?
I don't think these will be particularly entertaining because I don't think it's very versatile. That's one thing that's kind of ranked a bit lower on. Some of the Pokemon can do a lot of work, but they're not very versatile. You kind of know what they're going to be doing. So if he brings a certain Pokemon, you're like, oh, it's this. Oh, it's this. Where with the other teams, there's a bit of mystery about it. You might think you know what's going to happen, but it just surprises you. And I don't know, maybe Sketchy has some tricks up his sleeve. We'll just have to find out.
Undoubtedly, probably. Like,
I don't like it.
not a fan.
Not a fan.
It's going to be exhausting, so good luck, everyone.
Yeah, good luck, guys. I really feel for you.
Are you glad you're missing out this season?
Yeah, I really am.
But at number 12, we have 2 teams we've already talked over, the New York Noivern for me and the Dendemil Dedenes for Willow. Well, I just realised we've swapped the 2 Seattle teams. Like, our number 13s are the 2 Seattle teams, and our 2 number 11s are the Seattle teams, but they've switched over.
Oh, wow.
How cool.
That's an odd definition of cool, but
Good
all
day
right.
for Seattle.
Yeah, so
You're
why did you put the Seattle Smiggles above the Seattle Staraptors is what I want to know.
Well,
And the Dendemil Dedenes above the New York Noivans. Below.
I think the Smeargles are more likely to win with that strategy than the Staraptors.
Okay.
It's more predictable, but I think it's more effective. I didn't even look at Jolteon. I just looked at Jolteon for the Smeargles. Oh, I hate the draft. I hate it, but it's good. It's genius, but it's disgusting. That's why it's higher.
Okay, fair enough.
It's like something you love to hate.
And what about the New York Noivans? It's just because you didn't like Magic Bounce, isn't it?
What was that for?
For the Dendemil Dedenes.
Oh yeah, I hate Magic Bounce. I hate it. And plus I think, like I said, I think rain teams can work, and I don't think you have to run a rain team every week with that team. I think it'll be a bit more, I think it will work. It could work. It depends who it is, like what
team you're playing against.
How they do it, yeah, and what team you play against. But I think it's just about, I think I put the teams in order of effectiveness, like how well I think they'll do based on the strategies they're using. and stuff like that. I think that was one of the big things for me. And I know a rain team is in the middle, which doesn't usually happen, but I think it's the fact that it doesn't have to be a rain team. I don't know. I just like that team. Like, I can see myself using that team.
Okay, well, you haven't done particularly well in League format.
Willow, thank you. Thank you for that.
I mean, it's not exactly a vote of confidence. Like, if you'd won a bunch of championships and then said, I could see myself using this team, I'd be like, well, okay, but, no.
Moving on. Oh, that was a real kick in the crotch. Thanks for that.
Number 10.
Yeah.
Here we go, number 10.
I've got the... Can you say the name?
The New York Clinks.
No, the Mary...
Oh,
I've
the
changed
Maryland
it.
Torterrapins.
Yeah. I can't say the Maryland Torterrapins.
There you go.
I said
I'm
it.
proud of you.
Yay. Thanks. I'm sorry,
Well done.
Kelly. I literally had so much trouble saying that. It's such a mouthful for me. I can't.
See, this is where we differ. I've got them a lot higher up, so
Yeah,
I'll let you talk about why you dislike them, and then when we get to them on mine, I'll
It's
say
not that not that I dislike them. Like, I like the team. Like, I do like the team. Like, you look at it and it's like Sylveon and Victini together. You're like, ouch. And then Hydreigon and
I don't know how
Darkrai.
you can put that team at number 10. I really don't.
I don't. It's just. It's not that I don't like it. It's really not that I don't like it. But I was about to say I wouldn't see myself using it, but then you just completely schooled me on that. So, but I just looked at it and I saw Vaporeon and Gligar, and just Gligar. It's not Gliscor, obviously.
Yeah.
But I looked at it and I was like, Vaporeon's the only blatantly defensive one. It's very offensive.
I don't agree, but I'll get to that later.
I think it's very offensive. Not offensive, offensive.
Are you offended?
I'm offended, Kelly. Like, there's obviously great points about it, like Sylveon, Victini, Hydreigon. You're going to be winning games just by those three alone. And then on top of that, I'm really interested in Darkrai.
Yeah.
Was Darkrai used last season?
Darkrai was used by Gearhart, and the thing is with Darkrai, I'm pretty sure, unless they change this, Darkrai is an S rank, but it's not allowed to use Dark Void.
Oh, okay.
Which to me, that's the one questionable Pokemon. Like, I'm not a fan of Darkrai without Dark Void. It's just
I wouldn't
very
say,
frail.
I don't think it would be a bad pick. I don't think it would be an S rank pick.
Yeah, exactly.
Without
I said
Dark Void.
Without Dark Void, I think it should be an A rank personally, but I don't run this place
Yet.
Coming for you, Vinny.
I don't want to pick up on the Rufflet because
I better not be talking smack about Rufflet.
I don't want to. I feel like I have to,
Brave.
but I don't want to. Brave bird. That's what it does. It brave birds.
Exactly.
It's great. I love Rufflet.
It came around pretty quickly.
Yeah, I know. But I just looked at it and I was like, Vaporeon and Gligar are the only like solid defensive ones that you can use, and I don't know. It just. I know you can use Sylveon defensively and Jirachi defensively and Hydreigon defensively and stuff like that. But I just look.
It's versatile. That's the thing.
It is very versatile.
Look at team preview and you don't know what he's going to be bringing.
No,
you don't know the sets when you look at them, and that's one thing that I think is.
And there's lots.
It will catch a lot of people off guard, and it can really go in his favor.
You can look at a team and you can think, all right, you bring 6 mons and you can check a lot of the team, but then you have to think, I have to plan specifically for Sylveon, Victini, Hydreigon.
Yeah.
Lots of things that you have to specifically plan for. And
yeah, you gotta prepare for a lot of different scenarios with a team that is that versatile. So.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not that I didn't like the team. It was just like the teams above it I preferred.
That's fair enough. It gets to that kind of point.
It wasn't a case
of
this team is bad, so it's in 10th. It was a case of teams above it I preferred.
Yeah, I can't justify putting it above someone else. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, for my number 10, I've got the Detroit Steel Wings, and first of all, Crimson, this core.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
This. Oh my god.
Oh.
You took something that was already.
We can make erotic noises for 5 more minutes.
You took something that was already formidable core, which is Chansey and Mega Sableye, and then you put Slowbro in there. And like the only thing that I say could have made this any better is putting Gothitelle. because
Ooh.
just trapping it. But that core it's the best core in the league in my opinion. And it got a full 10 on my scale
good.
of
A
defense.
full 10.
Full 10, 10 out of 10.
You hear that, Crimson?
Good job, Crimson.
Put that in your CV. Wait, what do they have in America?
Resume.
That's the one. Put that in your resume.
So, but when it comes to the rest of the team, you've got things like Quillfish,
Yeah.
Torkoal.
No
Kingler.
offense to you, but Kingler.
I love Kingler, but I've yet to see anyone even use it in draft format.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe.
It's like Stantler. You want it to do well.
I really want Kingler to do
But
well,
you
don't get me wrong.
think it will do well.
Yeah, but the thing is that is what kind of brings this team down a little bit for me is it's got huge threats, don't get me wrong, like Excadrill is amazing, Thundurus, Heracross, and Darmanitan are all terrifying. Then you got certain other things like I said, like Quillfish, Torkoal, Kingler, and I don't know if I'll ever see you really using them. And that means you've got less monster prep for if you're prepping for a team. You kind of know a bit easier what the chances are he's going to bring that.
Yeah. I said this in the draft analysis as well. Your only decent... Hazard control again, sorry guys. Your only decent hazard control is Excadrill. The only other thing is Torkoal.
No, I don't really have a problem with this because he has Mega Sableye, and who's going to try and set up rocks on a Mega Sableye?
No, but that's true, I guess. But
that's the one thing that it's going to deter people from even trying to attempt that.
But I don't like Magic Bounce.
God's sake, Dan.
I don't like it.
Just look at the past. Like when Dan.
I know
in
people
the GBA,
can use
he only
it.
had like
Oh,
hazard
no.
set up on him like once or twice throughout the entire season.
Very true. But I just think when you have things like Thundurus T, and you're only like, if rocks are down, even if you're not bringing Sableye, or if rocks are already down, the only decent thing that can do it is Excadrill, which does it perfectly. It does it really well. But people are going to know that you're bringing Mega Sableye or Excadrill.
He's bringing Sableye. I don't see, like, if you didn't bring that core, what are you bringing?
But I don't know. But if somebody has a team that works well against Mega Sableye, you're not going to bring it, are you? I mean, you might bring it, but...
You got Chansey there, and that's the thing. Like, this core works so well, it's going to be coming so many... Like, I don't know if there's ever going to be a week where he doesn't bring this core, but then again, that is what makes it easier to prep for. Because you know you're going to have at least 2 of those Pokemon there. So.
I think the thing as well with, like, Quillfish and Torkoal and Kingler, you're more likely going to know that he's not going to bring them.
Yeah,
so then that kind of weakens the amount that he can bring, so it's easier to predict for. But
that's why he's at number 10 for me.
Yeah,
but it's a scary team. That defensive core is terrifying. Darmanitan and Heracross are pretty terrifying, and so is Thundurus. So
like I said for the Maryland Torterrapins, it's not a point of we don't like these teams. It's we can't justify putting them higher because of certain things above them.
Yeah. So there we go. That's my number 10.
Yeah. I actually have the Detroit Steel Wings at number 9. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my number 9 was the Dragon's Den Dratinis.
And we actually, Dragon's Den Dratinis for me are number 2. So.
Oh wow.
That's a big jump.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll talk about them. So
you go for it.
Again,
I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Okay. This is one of those things where, first of all, I really love this core of Porygon 2, Weezing, and Spiritomb. 3 pretty good walls. I'd say Porygon 2 is an amazing wall. Weezing is a decent wall, and Spiritomb can be a decent wall.
I think Weezing works well in situations.
Yeah, and the same with Spiritomb, but they've all got one weakness each, which is it's really good. And the thing is, I don't want to give anything away, but Lucario gets justified and resists knockoff, and giving a Lucario a +1 is kind of like having a death wish. So it has a lot of things that work really well together. And he's got Mamoswine, and I'm really excited to see that. He's also got Mega Latios and Blastoise. I really do like this team, but the thing is, his walls don't have recovery apart from Porygon 2, so...
Well, I say hazard control a lot, but Willow says walls without recovery a lot.
Yeah, that's my thing, because... Okay, so Porygon 2's got recovery, but once Weezing or Spiritomb goes down, because I don't count Pain Split as reliable, once that goes down, you then have half a wall core, and it's not a wall core anymore.
But then I think the thing you have to look at is as well, Togekiss with Wish.
Yeah, this is true. That is very true. Togekiss.
I think I put this
come in pretty handy.
I put this team at 2 because I like the synergy.
Okay.
I think you look at things like the Mega Blastoise and no, what was it? What am I looking at? I've completely forgot what I was looking at.
This is your hazard control team. This is why it's at number 2.
Yeah, this is why it's number 2 because it's got every single form of hazard control. Some of the best hazard control. It's number 1. Let's change it now. No, let's not. But okay, I'll talk about that. Togekiss, Mega Blastoise, Hitmontop, Mega Latios. It's like, oh my goodness, nothing's setting up rocks.
That's
on
why
this team.
so many of the other people don't have hazard control.
Because this team's got it all.
All of it.
He's hogging it. But I looked at things like the Mega Blastoise paired up with the Zebstrika. Like
yeah, no, that does work really well.
I like the synergy. Like I'm a big fan of things that can take a hit and get an advantage from it, like Zebstrika and Flareon with Flash Fire. That's some of my favorite abilities to have. Like a fire type move's coming in, so let's get something from that. Let's get a fire boost. I love those abilities.
I don't know how much we'll see Flareon be used.
No, maybe not. But
it's my favorite evolution, but I don't know how much it will be used. But again, I do really like this team, and I think it can work really well together.
He's got a good mix of offensive, defensive,
and ways to get in between, which is what some of the other teams lack out on. But again, it's just one of the things where I like the team that I put above it more than this one.
I think
I really do like this team, and it will do well.
Yeah,
but it's just my number 9 because I like number 8 more.
And 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
There we go. So at number 8, I have the Blackthorn Frogadiers. And where are they? Blackthorn Frogadiers. First of all, I want to say Megalopony is my favorite Mega. It, like, you know what it's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't necessarily know what it's going to do. But it's just so powerful and it's so fast and it's so good. It's just... I sound like I'm getting really caught up in it. Like
you really like Megalopony, don't you?
Really like, not in that way, but I really like Megalopony, and it's one that I'm definitely going to be trying to get for myself in the future because I really love it. But,
I really do like this team. I put mine at number 7.
Yeah. And
this team is really good. I really do like this. It's got Aegislash.
Yeah.
Oh, Aegislash.
Oh.
I do. When I was writing this down, I kind of write down notes on the teams that I was going to talk about.
Right.
And I was going to talk about how it just missed out on having a Fire Water Grass core. But then I realized that he has Simisear, and then I also realized that Simisear is irrelevant. And I was basically right the first time. That's the only thing about this team that I was just kind of like, it just seems like you got a fire type for the sake of getting a fire type. I don't know if those points could have been better spent elsewhere.
And can I just say how well Aegislash pairs up with Megalopony?
Yeah,
that's insane.
That's one thing that
it's
I
like
wrote
one of
down
the
as well.
perfect pairings for it.
It is.
And then on top of that, you have Garchomp and
Shaman and Slowking with Regenerator. It's
insane.
It's gonna do it. And one of my favorite kind of not as in the spotlight Pokemon, Granbull.
Yeah,
really do like Granbull. I think he does really well.
It's better than Slurper.
There are a couple of repeated typings. Like he's got 2 water typings, and he's got 2 psychic types.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's really anything like.
But then
it's not even a problem.
That can throw some people off. Like you don't know which one's coming. Obviously, you're gonna prepare an electric type move for it, but.
Yeah,
still.
But I really do like this team, and I put mine at number 7.
I think the Gothitelle pick as well.
I think we're seeing a lot more rise in the use of Gothitelle recently, which I can get behind as long as they're not using the scumbag tactics. I think it's a really good Pokemon, and I'm excited to see how.
I love those Pokemon that are like really like not used in like standard play, and then in draft format they're just like, oh, I need Gothitelle.
Exactly, they can take a form of their own, and Gothitelle is definitely one of those.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So there you go. Ayuko, I'm expecting big things. I really do like this team.
You better do well now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm counting on you.
So you're number 8.
My number 8. Yeah.
Can I just say quickly? At this point, it's going to be coming. From 8 onwards. I think it's going to be like, oh, I really like this team.
Yeah, it is.
I really like this team.
It's like there's teams that we could really see that they had a plan from the beginning, and we definitely get to this when we get like in the top 3.
Yeah.
But all of these teams, basically, from now on, it's just I'm having to nitpick to find things wrong with them.
Yeah. And it's only like one or two things, whereas the things that are down below are just like
yeah,
you see
it's
like
just, like,
big
they've got more
holes in their
holes, yeah.
teams and big weaknesses and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
the teams from now on are going to be like the things that we think are top tier. So
Yeah.
you go for
Yeah.
number
So
8.
I put True at number 8. I like this team. It's got really good coverage all around, especially with something like Mew. You can't say a team with Mew doesn't have nice coverage.
No, not really.
Like, it's got Shaman Sky, which is a fantastic S rank pick, Entei and Suicune and Umbreon, Mega Scizor. Just, it's really good. They've got
It's the Conkeldurr. He's going to tear through.
Oh yeah, Echo, you better be ready. I don't even know if they fight, but if you do,
that's a match to watch.
it's gonna finish you. It'll be a pretty short match. The only thing that I had to say about this team was, and this is gonna make you happy,
Is it hazard control by any chance?
removal. Yeah, it's hazard control
There we
because
go.
the only way of getting rid of hazards, if I'm right, is either Mega Scizor or Mew. And
Yep.
having to put defog on one of those Pokemon just seems
Like,
like a bit of a waste. Mew has such potential for so many different things.
Where people go wrong with Mew is they put it in the defensive role.
Yeah,
Too often.
like don't get me wrong, it is great at doing a defensive role, but it has access to like every move in the game.
I think people that like versatility
Yeah.
enjoy Mew, but people that don't know how to use Mew right typically put it in the defensive role.
Yeah,
And then
like,
it has.
there's definitely weeks where you should run it defensive.
Oh
It-
yeah.
The
If
point
it
is
works,
that it can do both of those things. So if it can do both of those things, why would you have it just do one?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like the fact that he'll have to either run defog on Mew or Mega Scizor. But like,
I think if you want to draft Mew, you have to have a team behind it that can cover things that Mew can do.
yeah,
as
so
well.
it doesn't have
like
to
defog and
doesn't
all
have to
that
take
kind
up
of
that
things.
role.
Yeah.
But he's got a really good he's got a great cleric in Umbreon, like a Wish Pass, like Wish Baton Pass on Umbreon and things like that it's amazing, and it will keep this team alive. His team has just really good recovery in general. Like Mega Scizor with Roost, and like Mew and Drain Punch on Conkeldurr. Like nothing else to get in the way of that.
No.
And
then-
I do like this team.
And then on top of that, you have Entei, which I just
Yeah,
want to say
Entei-
I
that's the
absolutely
thing.
love Entei.
Entei is great, and Shaman Sky is too, but that's why it's important to keep the rocks away. You can't have big threats like
Yeah.
Entei and Shaman, and then be getting whittled down by rocks.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's why it's number 8 for me.
Wait.
What?
Wait, what?
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 What are you saying? Wait.
Number 7. I have the I have Vinny and the Denver Diglets. Willow actually slating them from onwards actually has them higher than me. So that's ironic. Denver Diglets. You look at the team. It's a good team. I hate it from now on because it's just like this is a good team. Not a lot to say about it.
Constructive. Got the
Good
best
team.
rapid spinner in the game. So
Starmie.
really good choice for a Mega.
Mm.
And just things like Crobat and Infernape, Rhyperior, and just some really good Pokemon. It's got some kind of questionable things where it gets to like Leafeon.
Yeah. Licky.
Leafeon is not very versatile. It kind of does one of two things, and it's basically just Sword Stance and Chlorophyll.
Have you? I've never seen just normal Rotom form. I don't think I've ever seen it.
It has put in work in the GBA in the past, like being
Has
able
it?
to trick things. Yeah,
I suppose.
it's just a really good Scarf Pokemon.
Is it? Would you say it's up there with the other Rotom forms?
No,
I mean, I know they obviously all do different things and
Well, they do
different
similar
typings.
things. So the thing is, I think it's a really good value pick,
All right.
which is important when you get down like filling in the holes in your draft.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good value, and I do think it's a good Pokemon, so it can work. I actually do like Vinny's team.
I don't
don't
know-
like to say that.
Does that hurt you? Does it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it again.
No.
But he's got some really good Pokemon. But then again, he's got Cresselia, so fuck you, Vinny.
Yeah. That.
Actual
Yeah.
scum.
Not nice. Not nice.
No.
But like I said, it's going to be coming to the points where it's like there's not much bad things to say about them now. It's just like we really like this because of this, this, and this.
Yeah.
And, yeah. But at your number 7, you have Black.
I think I already talked about the Blackthorn Frog. It is. I did when you did
Oh
yours.
yes, I recall.
You're not very good at this.
Shut up. And I was 6 as well. I have the Boston Soap Scarf, so we've already talked about that.
I've got the Minnesota Wild Charge.
Way. New things to talk about.
Hooray!
Hooray.
So This team is very interesting, and it's got a Stantler.
Stantler! Yes, we're at the Stantler pick. Yay!
Oh god.
I love Stantler. Sap, Sipper, Intimidate is going to run through teams.
That's
Not both together, obviously, because you can only have one
that's,
ability.
that's
But
cheating.
you don't know what's coming.
If you see a Stantler on the opposite side at team preview,
You look at this team and you see Greninja, Haxorus, Electivire, and you think, how am I going to prep for a Stantler?
Exactly. What are you gonna do about a Stantler?
I think the idea of this draft is that you have to prepare for so many things, and then you get to Stantler and you're like, I've prepared nothing.
Well, you're too busy preparing for Mega Garchomp
Yeah.
and Greninja and Heatran and Haxorus and
Alakazam.
Alakazam and Venusaur, and then Stantler comes in,
And you're just like, I can't handle a Sap Sipper.
destroys your entire
This is
existence.
too bad.
I hope it works like that. But no, I really like this team. It's got some really good cores, and I'm interested to see how Mega Garchomp does. I've never seen anyone use Mega
No,
Gar.
I've never seen
It has an insanely it's got 170 attack stat, which is
That's a lot.
phenomenal. And I don't know if this is intended, but obviously he has got one form of hazard control, which is Mandibuzz. But the thing is with
Don't get me
Mandibuzz, it's a wall and it gets U-turn, and I'm wondering, I don't know if Mandibuzz gets Sandstorm. I'm actually gonna look this up right now because I have no
I
idea.
would have thought it does. It lives in sandstorms.
Exactly, because it gets Overcoat, and what I was thinking, if it gets Overcoat, it also gets U-turn. If it gets if you can Sandstorm,
It doesn't get sandstorm.
does it not? That's
No.
a shame. That is a shame, because if it did, that would be amazing, because
First
you
of
could
all, that doesn't make any sense.
you could Sandstorm, Tailwind, U-turn, and then Mega Garchomp would just destroy everything. It's Sand Force with base 170 attack. Nothing's living that. But
No.
I really like some of these Pokemon, especially Breloom. I think could do quite well.
Greninja and
It's a nice bit of
Jellicent work
variety.
off.
Just Greninja in general.
Not Greninja. Heatran and Jellicent work well off each other as well.
They do.
That's a good call.
I really like Alakazam.
Yeah.
I think, what have I got written down?
I think
Yeah,
I've-
the only thing I've got here is the only thing stopping Sharp from being higher on this list is the fact that if he wants to bring Hazard Control, he has to bring Mandibuzz.
Yeah. I'm glad you're the one that said that this time instead of me.
Yeah.
That makes me feel bad. I love that also that basically the only thing I said about this team was Stantler. Stantler. Gotta love
If
Stantler.
he had more Hazard Control, you'd put him up at number 1, wouldn't you?
Anybody that, I'm surprised T-Train isn't, number 1. I'm honestly surprised. What number are we on? Number 6. Well, we're on number 5 now.
Yep.
I have the New York Clinks, and this is the very interesting. This is one of the interesting ones, I think, because Willow, where do you have the New York Clinks?
That's a surprise.
Oh, you're keeping it. Okay, right. Just ruin it for me. Right. This team is it's good. There's no doubt about it. It's got good cores. Good, it's good. I hate saying the same things, but it's a good team. It's a good team. And Genesect, you had Genesect last season. How did you feel about it?
I didn't use it as much as I would have liked to, really.
Really?
I think there's a lot more potential in Genesect. It gets amazing coverage, and it gets a good access to setup moves. It gets extreme speed. It gets, it just gets really good moves. And if you plan hard enough, and if you assess the way that you're going to use it properly, you can pack a moveset which can take care of 5 out of 6 Pokemon on a team. Depending on what team you're facing, you could even have coverage for every single Pokemon.
Yeah.
If you play it right. And it gets Technoblast, which is phenomenal. It's 4 times weak to fire, but you got Douse Drive Technoblast for 120 damage. And if you catch them on a switch in, or if you're just faster than them, because it's decent speed, I think it's 99 base speed?
Sorry, is Genesect.
Genesect, yeah.
Yeah,
It
99
hurts,
base speed.
especially if you get the download right, so you raise the appropriate stat.
But the thing is, as well, you don't know if it's going to be physical or special or mixed as well, because of the move pool and the fact that it has the same base stats for both.
Yeah, you can. It's
very
really versatile.
Unpredictable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the thing I liked about it as well, that the 4 times weakness of Genesect is fire, but then he's covered it so well.
Yeah.
With things like Rotom Wash, and then Hariyama as well. I like Hariyama.
Yes.
Hariyama. But you were a big fan of this draft.
I am.
You are a big fan.
I'll get to the end,
Okay.
and then we'll talk about that. So yeah, I had Vinny at number 5, but fuck you, Vinny.
Willow really doesn't like Vinny.
I hope you lose every game. I hope Equa beats you.
I think you want Vinny to like pick up Conkelda at some point through the season and just and just lose to the to the team that's got so many 4x weaknesses defying. But at number 4, I have the Minnesota Wild Charge, and you have the.
Go on, Dan. You can say it.
Maryland Torterrapins.
Good job.
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. But number 3.
I didn't get to talk about the Maryland Terrapins.
Oh, sorry. I thought we'd already done it. Go for it.
No, I haven't told you why I like it so much. So
go for it.
This team is like Dan says that you don't have very much defensive options. That's bullshit. This team is really versatile, and like I said, you don't know what they're going to be bringing in team preview. I really like the coverage. There's a lot of things. I mean, he does have Mega Burnett, but
I'm not gonna say anything, don't worry.
Mega Burnett is great.
Best Pokemon in the world.
It's gonna put in a lot of work. The thing is, I'm a really big fan of Pokemon like Rotom-Mow. Rotom-Mow is amazing. It's got such good coverage. Like, if you specs it, it can like Oko, a specially defensive Milotic after rocks. Oh. And they're like, oh, I want to switch in a ground type or a Volt Absorb Pokemon to stop this Volt Switch, and then they just get the most insane amount of damage from a Leaf Storm. And the thing is, with Sylveon, Victini, and Hydreigon all on the same team, that's really scary. And Jirachi. And Jirachi is another one of those Pokemon where it can set up and it will just destroy you, and it will make you hate your life. Isn't that right, Dan?
2%.
Yeah. I ran an Assault Vest Jirachi against Dan when we were in a league together. And he didn't appreciate it, did you?
No, that was... No.
So, like, Stallbreaker Hydreigon on this team is gonna end Sketchy's life, and he gets U-turn, he gets Roost, and it's just, I really like this team, and I really think it's gonna go well. I'm interested... Oh, go on.
Oh, no, you go.
Alright, I'm just interested to see how Hitmonchan does, and I wanted to see if he actually gets any use out of Floatzel, because Floatzel, I think, is a good value pick.
Yeah.
I think that can be like a bulk up Floatzel. It's
Runs
really scary, and it can do a lot of
Wall of
work
as well, not getting burned.
Exactly,
that's very handy ability.
Not getting burned. You can switch into a Scald with no fear. You resist, and you don't get burnt.
Yeah.
And I think that this team is. I think it's going to do really well. I'm really rooting for you, Kelly. Not just because you got Mega Burnett.
It's sounding that way, but
I barely mentioned it.
Mega Burnett. That's all you could mention. Like every other word was Mega Burnett. You just
really Mega Burnett. Good Mega Burnett coverage. Mega Burnett.
Like I said, I like the team. Don't make me sound like I hate it. It's just.
God, why do you hate it so much?
I don't hate it.
You're bad at Pokemon.
Oh, well, I did lose 2 on Assault Vest strategies.
On to number 3.
Number 3 is actually the first pick where we both
agreed on something.
Agree. We agreed on one pick throughout the whole draft, and it's number 3.
Yeah.
Yay. We have the AV Dunsparce.
You got it right as well.
Can I just say that I love that name?
And it's Dunsparce.
Dunsparce. It's kind of...
You okay?
I'm okay.
You need a drink?
Give me a sec.
Okay.
Go.
Alright, so why have you got them at number 3?
I like again, we're getting to that point where it's just like, this team's good. It's just good.
When we sent each other the draft, it's kind of like, we made a rough list of what we thought our top ones were going to be, and I'm pretty sure you put this number 1.
This was my number 1 pick, because a lot of the mons in here I've used before, and I know how good they are. Like Mega Gardevoir is beautiful, and then pairing that up with Cobalion is like lots
really
of
good,
synergy.
Really good synergy here,
amazing synergy in this squad. Like Tangrowth with Tentacruel, and like it's just good.
I gotta say, it's like they've got some really good switch initiative, which I think is really important. Some of the teams really lack out on Volt Switch or U-turn, which may not seem like the biggest thing, but the thing is, if you can control the momentum in a game, it makes it easier for you to have to do what you got to do. If you're having to fight, pull in double switches, or having to really predict what your opponent's going to go for, it makes it a lot harder. But if you can just switch in a Cobalion on a poison move and then Volt Switch out the next turn, it makes it easier for you to take control of the match.
Yeah.
And The thing is, the only thing that I marked Powder down for here is I didn't think his team was like he has got some really good defensive Pokemon, but like I don't see them being that great. Like Tentacruel is good, but again, no reliable recovery. And the same with Dusknoir and Cobalion, and that
The Dusknoir I don't personally agree with.
Yeah. The thing is, I've seen how Powder plays, and I know he's not really the defensive player. I think this team will do really well for him.
Is that why he's got Lando Eye?
Oh yeah. And Volcanion.
Yeah. Oh, Volcanion.
Being able to like get into Volcanion with like Volt Switches and all this kind of thing is it's going to do a lot of damage, and I really expect this draft is going to do a lot. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
What else did I rate? He's got really good type coverage for basically everything. And I don't see one single Pokemon on this team that he can't use throughout the season.
Yeah.
Like, even though you may not agree with Dusknoir, it's got a great move pool, and it can be really good. And there are other teams where I don't see them using some of their Pokemon, but this team, he could bring any of these Pokemon.
But it's like that when you get to an end of the draft, and you've got most of your plans covered, and you're just like, I have 1 or 2 picks left, and it's just like, how do I make this team better? But a lot of teams just kind of pick, I think, not randomly, but maybe didn't put as much thought into it.
No, exactly. But like lower down picks in a draft can
they can make or break.
Be really, really good.
Yeah.
And they can be really useful just because they cost less, just because you might not see them as so important doesn't mean that they aren't. And this is like every single Pokemon on this team can put in work. Even Kecleon.
Oh, Kecleon's really good.
And I'm expecting big things. I really do like this draft.
Good job.
Yeah.
That's why we agreed.
We did agree on something.
For the first time.
Yep.
It's nice.
And then are we about to agree on something for the second time or not?
No, we disagree.
Oh, okay.
We disagree. At number 2, I have the Dragon's Den Drachinys. Like I said when we talked about it before, it's not there because of the hazard control. That's nice. That's a good thing.
Are you really sure, Dan?
Like, no, you could have taken out like 2. Like, you could have, maybe not Mega Latios. You could have taken out like Mega Blastoise and, things like that, and I would still like it.
Okay.
But I just like the synergy and the options he has and the Pokemon that he has. It's just a very good draft. I think will work well off of each other. I think it's one of the best for synergy.
Yeah, I gotta say that it does flow well together, and there's a lot of good, like, very important immunities, especially with that Zeb Striker. Big things that I'm a fan of: walls with recovery and immunities. Because being able to like play around that and plan for that and have that as a little backup, it can go really well. And I think I think it is a very good team.
Yeah.
I didn't put it at number 2 though.
Oh.
No.
Who did you put at number 2, Ryan? This is the thing. Go for it.
I got my number 2 is your number 1.
It's
Lax and the Sydney Sea Kings.
There we go. Do you want to say why you put it second?
This team is...
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's got Mega Heracross. And I think, as you said in the draft analysis, Mega Heracross is a really good Pokemon. It's got, what, like 185 attack?
I can quickly look it up.
I don't even know. It's something ridiculous.
Base 185 attack.
That's insane.
And then I like the ability to break subs and focus sashes as well with like things like Bullet Seed and...
Yeah, and the thing is, Mega Heracross can be kind of difficult to use sometimes because it's not exactly the best speed, but...
I think that's the reason people don't necessarily look to it as a Mega, because I think you have to have...
It is kind of lacking. You got to have the right team to support it.
And experience with Mega Heracross.
I really think that Lax has got the team to support this. Like, he's got Klefki, which you can paralyze things, or you can set up screens. He's got Zapdos, you can set up a Tailwind, and if you get any of these things set up and then get Mega Heracross in, at least one thing is going to die. At least, and he's got Manaphy. Like, that's another thing.
Like, you have to plan a whole thing for Mega Heracross, but then it's a whole nother thing planning for Manaphy.
Exactly. You got to put so much time and effort into planning for such huge threats. Like, it's going to be really difficult to prep for. Not like some of the other teams, which are kind of annoying to prep for. This is going to be like, if I don't have an answer for this, I'm getting swept.
Yeah.
And it's. I really want to see how he does with Kabutops, because I'm that sad that I've made a list of Pokemon I want to use.
Oh, Willow, I'm the same. And can I just say, Kabutops is on my list as well.
Yeah, I really want to see how he does with Kabutops. Like, it does get Rapid Spin, so there you go, Dan. Some hazard control for you. But
No,
Aquajet's
don't
really
worry.
good.
He has
Also,
Flygon. He has Flygon with defogger. It's fine.
I'm not a fan of Flygon, but it is a good defogger.
Yeah.
And I really want to see how he does with all these members of the team. And he's got really good utility. Like, I wouldn't say amazing versatility, but
And
you
can
don't
I-
have to be versatile to be good.
The fire water grass score is insane. Manaphy, Arcanine, and then Roserade.
Yeah,
That's
that's pretty
ridiculous.
scary.
And then on
is
top of
really
that,
scary.
Zapdos.
Yep.
It's like wow.
Yeah. And
Wow.
this team, I'm expecting Mega Heracross sweep.
I think used correctly, this team could be the
Yeah,
best.
and I think this has it's one of those teams where I said in the beginning, it's where I really think that Lax had a plan from the beginning,
Yeah.
and he knew what he was doing, and it just looks like each of these Pokemon here, he was just like, okay, I need to get this to support with this, I need to get this to go with this, and it just looks like it's been built
It looks
really
like a
well.
very informed, experienced draft player has constructed this.
Yeah, it's
So-
just I'm really excited to see.
This is my team to
season.
watch. I'm keeping
Sydney
a close
Sea
eye.
teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're your number one, aren't they?
They are my number one. I love it.
Go on, you can. What's your favorite thing?
My favorite thing about the team,
Yep.
I like I said, the fire water grass score, like, and then on top, I love like having the defensive capabilities of things, and then being able to take it a step further. Like you don't have to run Zapdos defensively. Like Manaphy, although it's more of an offensive presence, can be defensive. Like I used it to take a Sacred Fire against an Entei, and it worked wonders. And then on top of that, Arcanine, which is now kind of been put more in the defensive role, but attackingly it's very capable. And I just like the idea of having a team lineup, seeing Manaphy, Arcanine, and then Roserade, and then thinking, okay, these three are run a certain way, and then a choice banded Arcanine comes at you, and then a
You
defensive
could just
Manaphy.
surprise. Yeah.
I like the surprise, and I like the construction. I think Mega Heracross will work excellently in this team, and like I really hope Mega Heracross comes through, and because honestly, put in the right team, put with the right coach, it could be, I think, the top killer of
It could definitely.
of the season.
185 attack stat.
It's insane.
Honestly, like if you could just get up a Tailwind and Volt Switch into it.
Or even that, he has like Trick Room options as well.
Yeah, exactly, with Uxie, and
Yeah.
that's another thing. Uxie is a great utility Pokemon.
Yeah, and then on top
And-
of that, you can cover it with, like, I like the synergy, everything about it. He has good hazard control. Sorry, had to get in there with that one. I just like it. Any
Yeah.
team with Manaphy I like, but then this team is just
Especially
incredible.
so.
This team is incredible,
Yeah.
and that's why it's so high up on both of our lists.
It is.
Yeah.
It is my number 2 and it's your number 1.
Yeah.
My number 1 is the New York Clinks.
Dun, dun, dun.
It is. This team, again, it's another one of those teams where I
It's
see every
because
single...
Willow had Genesect last season.
It's not.
And he loves Genesect.
Genesect is okay. This team is another one of the teams where every single Pokemon on this list is not only usable but a really good Pokemon.
Yeah.
Tyrantrum is an insane wall breaker.
Oh, yeah.
Magmortar is a really good value pick. Like Specs Magmortar does an insane amount of damage, or even Belly Drum if you want to be cheeky. You could put Belly Drum on that. I know what C can do with Mega Diancie. Rotom Wash is good. He's got a very subtle kind of regenerator core between Amoonguss and Reuniclus, which people might not necessarily think about. And then
Subtle.
we got Hariyama there. It's just crazy damage. Like Guts Hariyama, it's, oh god, it's scary. And he's got Fortress as well, which is, it doesn't have recovery as a wall, but it does Volt Switch. And a slow Volt Switcher into a really strong Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, if you can Volt Switch into Genesect or Tyrantrum, or even Golurk, depending on what you're facing, oh god, it's going to do so much damage. I think this is really a really good team, which it's got options to work away around a lot of things.
I think you can look at it and you can go like, he has 2 Pokemon that are like 4 times weak to fire, but he has coverage for that. Rotom
Yeah,
Wash.
exactly.
And then Thick Fat Hariyama, which I think covers a lot of the weaknesses against this team.
Yeah, and Magmortar, and
Yeah.
Mega Diancie, and it's just,
The things that could affect this team are covered by other things.
yeah.
And then on top of that, you have Mega Diancie, which is,
It's,
if that gets up a rock polish,
exactly, gets up a rock polish.
it's ow.
if you don't have anything for that, then again, that's another thing.
Again, one thing. It's one thing to look at one thing and prep for that, but then you have to look at the other. Like, you prep for Mega Diance, obviously, but then you have to prep for Tyrantrum and then Genesect, and then on top of that, have to break down walls like Reuniqueless, and it's just like there's so much going well for this
like
team.
if you get up a Dragon Dance on a Tyrantrum,
yeah.
Oh man, that's
Ouch.
I feel sorry for anyone who's facing that.
Yeah.
You basically just have to hope he misses a head smash. That is your game plan, and that's a really bad situation if you're in it. You just have to pray that he misses. Like that's it. So this is why it's number one.
And it has a control with Latias. Just had to get that bit in there. And Fortress. So
yeah, and Magic Bounce. You know though, Dan.
No. No.
I heard you. You said yes. You said yes.
No.
You did.
Stop putting words in my mouth. But this team has so many things going for it so well, and that's why I think it was. Where did I put it?
You put it really low down, and you're bad at Pokemon.
No, I put it 5.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a good draft. It's got lots of things going well for it.
Yeah, it's another one of those teams where big things I'm expecting from UC.
So you better deliver.
Yeah. Or I'm going to be around your house.
Oh.
I'm going to bake you a cake, and it's not going to taste very nice.
But sometimes you just don't have the right tools to bake a cake.
Sometimes you got the right ingredients, but you just don't know how to bake a cake.
Exactly.
And on that note, good luck everyone.
Yeah, good luck to everyone on the team.
MasterChef,
MasterChef. Welcome back to PGL MasterChef 2016.
Is that the off season?
They have MasterChef as the off season. Oh my goodness, Vinny, do that.
They say originality is dead. What?
Not with this.
Not in this
tournament. But yeah, just because we put you at 16th doesn't mean you're going to do bad. Prove us wrong by all means, and if you disagree with us, make sure to tell us in the comments and rank your.
Yeah,
drafts.
feel free to leave your own rankings down below.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Tell us why we're bad, why you hate us, why you love us. That would be nice as well, for a change.
Not gonna happen.
No. I'll say nice things about you, Willow.
I'm not gonna say anything nice about you.
Oh, okay.
You're bad at Pokemon.
Okay.
On that note,
if you guys enjoy, make sure to like, comment your opinions, and make sure to check every link in the description to the teams, to me and Willow, and
week 1's coming up soon.
Woo!
It's gonna be good.
Hi, Peru. Woo, woo.
British people aren't very good at hype.
No, we're very depressed. With our emotions, that is. We're not actually depressed. Well, some of us are, but goodbye.
Excellent outro.
Nailed it.